I believe that we are actually providing very strong face-to-face tutoring, albeit not co-located. We find that online tutoring has many benefits for the student, for the tutor, for the student's family, and none of these should be discounted. For students, there's incredible convenience because they can be tutored from anywhere. They can still be at school and be tutored. If they're at boarding school, they can be tutored. If they're staying with the other parent, they can be tutored. And there is no real interruption to that continuity of tutoring. Of course, for parents, the ability to get on with their family life while their children are being tutored is huge. They don't have to struggle through the traffic to a learning centre. They don't have to take their child to a tutor's home. They don't have to take them to the local library. None of these things are necessary. It's just tutoring from their own home. And I think that there are other benefits as well. I was speaking to one of our students who said that what she loves is that she doesn't have to host the tutor in her own home. At the end of every session, our students are prompted to provide us with feedback. The vast majority of the ratings are learned a lot, encouraging, or fun. We have one student I was watching who's a new Year 3 student, very able, very engaged, very curious. And she's exploring her vocabulary in the feedback. So we've had splendid, we've had extraordinary, we've had every polysyllabic word that I think she knows, spelt in an interesting way. So the written feedback is reported back to the tutor and to the student and their parents, so that we are transparent about their experience and that we understand what that tutoring experience was for that child. At Cluey, we record all the sessions, audio and video, and this is very useful for quality assurance. It means that me and my team, all educators, can watch any session that we choose, and we regularly watch sessions so that we can give support to the tutors and feedback and support them in best practice. It also means that we can observe the students and make sure that they are learning in the way that we hope that they will learn. If we have to make any adjustments to their programs, we can watch the previous session and understand how they are learning and make sure that they're on the right track. In thinking about these added benefits that Cluey Tutoring offers students, I'm thinking about a particular student who's actually an elite athlete. And for this student, the fact that there is continuity in learning when he's travelling around everywhere is really important. He still has his connection with his school, of course, but because he moves around so much and he's so focused on other things, the fact that he's got Cluey sessions every week, no matter where he is, gives him this sense that learning is also something that he can excel in. And I think that's really important.
I would recommend Cluey to others because you're like a busy person, have sports. It's really easy. You just come home, log into your laptop, and you can just have tutoring and you don't really need to drive anywhere or like travel to go to tutoring. And it's really helpful because it's one-on-one.
Some of the benefits that Cluey has given me were that I don't have to travel to a tutor because I am very busy, and it's helped me because when I get home I can still have time to do my homework and then log onto the computer, and Cluey also gives me some tasks that I can do after so it can expand on my knowledge. I would recommend Cluey to others because it is very helpful and it is a lot easier if you're extremely busy.
In the past we tried a tutor which was at their home, so I found that I had to drive an hour to get to the tutor, wait in the car for an hour for my child to do their lesson and then drive home for the hour, which obviously being a working parent and my children having so many activities, it took so much of a chunk of our day. Whereas I find with the Cluey, being at home, the children can have their afternoon activities, come home and do their Cluey lesson. It's very safe. You can see the tutor on the screen. You can actually personally talk to them if needed. And at the end of the lesson, the tutor gives you an outline of what's happened during the lesson, and we can always contact the tutor as well. So it's amazing one-on-one support. I decided on online tutoring for my children. Number one, the biggest factor was the convenience. We are all so time poor as working parents and children with after school activities. We need convenience. as a parent, we're all short of time. So anything to help us save time is incredible. I did look at all different options, and I was amazed by what Cluey could give our children and give us as a family for convenience, and the support has been incredible, and the support of one-on-one tutoring, it's just phenomenal. I can't even tell you the amount of benefits and what it has created for our family. The kids are so much happier to go to school. My son's more confident to be in the classroom, whereas before he was struggling. And as a family, we've got more time together. I see no difference between one-on-one in person to one-on-one online. It's exactly the same. It's that person is sitting there in front of you. The only difference is that you can't physically touch them. It is just a screen in front of you. I have clients that I work with internationally and also all through Australia. And this is doing personal transformational coaching work, and there's no difference between me sitting next to them in my clinic to them being online in all different areas of the world. And they find that there's no difference either.
For me, the benefits of tutoring have been, it's very scheduled, so they know that this is the time for tutoring, so they can't put it off for other things. They're locked into a time, so that really gives them the focus to sit down, concentrate on what they need to do. Obviously, it gives them the confidence to understand the subject better, which then feeds into confidence in the subject itself. Other benefits, Cluey itself is very flexible, so if there is something on that week, it's easy enough to switch to another time or postpone it. So we chose online tutoring because it opened up a lot more options. When it comes to finding a face-to-face tutor, you sort of go through word of mouth. There's not many out there. They need to sort of be in your area, or you've got to drive a long way. Whereas online tutoring and Cluey specifically, there's hundreds of tutors out there. They can tailor-make it to your particular needs. So it just does all of that legwork for you. When you're trying to do face-to-face tutoring, you have a very limited pool to choose from. Someone needs to be in your area. You need to find out about them through word of mouth, I guess, and that's open to its own issues. Otherwise, you might have to drive far. Whereas online tutoring, and specifically Cluey, it has a really big pool of tutors to choose from, and they can match it to your specific needs. So you don't need to do all of that legwork, and you can get a better result. So we've tried face-to-face tutoring, which it was good, but didn't quite give us the results we were looking for. I've tried tutoring my kids myself. It was less successful. They were frustrated, I was frustrated. And at the same time, I might understand the subject, but I'm not a great tutor. So I'm not sure I was always getting the message across correctly. And I think that was their frustration. So yeah, we've tried a few methods, and at the end of the day, online gave us a much better result than all the others we tried.
Tutoring with Cluey really fits in with our lifestyle because I have nothing to do with it. My daughter knows what time her tutorial is, her lesson is. I don't have to drive her there. She just turns on her computer, she logs on, and she knows what to do. When she finishes, she turns it off and she carries on with her homework. It's easy.